Hello students, in our previous videos we have discussed the various method of finding the solution of a quadratic equation. Okay, we have discussed splitting the middle term method and we have discussed some specific types of problems to find the solution of quadratic equation. Now today we are going to start the next method, that is method of completing the square. Okay, to find the solution of quadratic equation, this is our next method of completing the square. Okay, so let us start with this method. We have given a quadratic equation in general form. It is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So you may be given any quadratic equation. First we have to convert that quadratic equation in the general form. General form means there must be a coefficient of x square, coefficient of x and a constant term equals to 0. So first step, you will make the given equation, whatever it is given, you will make it in the general form of quadratic equation. Okay, then the next step is, now I am taking the first step. What is the step? Divide the whole equation. Divide whole of the equation. Divide whole equation by a. What is a? A is the coefficient of x square. So divide this whole equation by a. So what will be our equation? The equation will be look like this: x square plus b upon a into x plus c upon a is equal to 0. Okay, so this is our first step. After making the general form, the first step is that you have to divide the whole equation by coefficient of x square. So we will get this equation. Okay, now the second step is take this constant term. This is our constant term. So take this constant term to the right hand side. So we will get the equation x square plus b by a into x is equal to minus c by a. This will be our second step. Okay, first step, divide whole equation by a. Then second step, take the constant term to the right hand side. It will be minus c by a, like this. Now the next step is, third step, whatever is given in the coefficient of x, whatever it is given, the coefficient of x, take the half of this coefficient and square it. Means we have to add square of half of the coefficient of x on both sides. This is our third step. Whatever is given in the coefficient of x, first you have to make half it and then square of that half and then add that half of the square on the both sides. So what will happen here? Here the coefficient of x is b upon a. So its half will be 1 upon 2 into b by a, or we can write it as b by 2a. Okay, this is b by a, the coefficient of x. So its half will be b by 2a. And then we have to square of half of the coefficient of x. So half of the coefficient of x is b by 2a. Then its square will be b by 2a whole square. Okay, so this term we have to add on both the side. That means left hand side as well as right hand side. So add this. So we will get x square plus b by ax plus b by 2a whole square. On the left hand side we have added is equal to minus c by a plus b by 2a whole square. Okay, so this term is added on left hand side as well as on right hand side. Clear? Now it will form a perfect square. So how it will form perfect square? Let us solve it. So first note it down. So now we are taking this term, is x square plus b by a into x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to, opening this bracket, we will get minus c upon a plus b square upon 4a square. B square upon 2 square is 4, a square is a square. B square upon 4a square. Now we have to make this perfect square. So if we consider this term as a, this whole term as b, so it is a square plus b square. If it is 2ab in the middle, so it will form an identity of a plus b whole square. Okay, what is a plus b whole square? It is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So if we take this term as, we can write it as x square plus 2 into b by 2a into x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to, here we can take LCM. LCM will be 4a square. So it will be a cancel out. It will be minus 4ac plus b square. Why I have done this? To make it a complete whole square or make it an identity. I have multiplied this term by 2 and divided by 2. So it means there is no change, because 2 will cancel out. We will get again the same term. But now it is form an identity. What is the identity? If we are considering it as a it as b. So it is a square plus b square plus 2ab. And it is the identity of a plus b whole square. So let us make the identity. So we can write this term as, this is a. A means x plus b means b by 2a. And we can write it as whole square. Understood? We have multiplied this term by 2 and divided by 2. So it formed 2ab. This is a square plus b square plus 2ab, which can be written as a plus b whole square. It is equal to, we can write it as b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. Clear? Now the perfect square is formed. The method is to make the perfect square. So we have converted it in a perfect square. This is our perfect square. Okay, and we have to find the value of x. So on left hand side there is x, but on right hand side there is no x. So we can find the value of x by taking square root now. So if we take square root, taking square root of both sides, taking square root of both sides, what we will get? It will be x plus b by 2a. If you take the square root, then this square will be removed. It will be equal to, here it will be square root under root of b square minus 4ac, and when we will take the square root of 4a square, then first I am writing it in the whole square root, it is 4a square. And from this 4a square in the denominator, we can take 2 outside the square root, and a square is there, so the outside will be a. So it can be written as under root of b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. The square root of 4 is 2 and square root of a square is a. So we got the term x plus b by 2a is equal to, and one more thing, whenever we take the square root, I told you in the 9th class also, whenever we have to take the square root, then there will be plus minus both the signs. We have to take both the sign whenever we take the square root of any polynomial or any identity. So we have to use plus minus both the signs. So it will be equal to x plus b by 2a is equal to plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. Or what will be the value of x? So x will be equal to minus, take this b by 2a to the right hand side, we will get minus b by 2a plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Or we can write it more simple way, x is equal to minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac and whole upon 2a by taking 2a as LCM. So this is our formula. This is our formula. X equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. Okay, so this is the method of completing the square. If you have given to solve the question by completing the square method, then you will follow this complete method and you will move up to this step, and then you will find the value of x from this particular step. Okay, and this is a general formula also. This formula is known as Sridharachar formula. So if you have not given that you have to solve the question by completing the square method, then you can directly solve by this formula also. But if it is given that you have to solve the question by completing the square method, then you will follow all the steps whichever I have used here, and then you can find the value of x by using all these steps. But this is a derivation of a formula which is known as Sridharachar formula. So note it down. So we have completed two things here. First is the method of completing the square, and we have also derived the formula of Sridharachar. This formula is known as Sridharachar formula, or it is also known as quadratic formula. This formula is Sridharachar formula or quadratic formula. What is the formula? If you have to find the value of x, it will be equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. So this is a formula for finding the roots or the solution of a quadratic equation directly. Any quadratic equation can be solved by this formula. Okay, if you are not able to split the middle term, you are not able to make the perfect square, or if you are not able to solve by any method, then you can solve that quadratic equation by this formula, Sridharachar formula or the quadratic formula. Any quadratic equation can be solved by this particular formula. So you have to remember this formula also. And this is the derivation of the formula also, and the method of making the complete square also. Okay, so note it down and remember it. So now let us solve some question based on making the perfect square. The first question is, we have given the equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation. We have to solve by completing the square method. Solve by completing the square method. Okay, so it can be said completing the square method or making the perfect square method. Both are same. So let us start. You have to remember all the steps which I told you. If you know the steps, then you can solve it very easily. So what is the first step? First I am comparing it with the general equation. So what is general equation? It is ax square minus bx plus c. It means it is already given in the general form of quadratic equation. So first we have to divide this equation by coefficient of x square. Okay, the first step which I used, we have to divide whole of the equation by a. A means coefficient of x square, and it is 2 here. So we will divide the equation by 2. It will be 2x square by 2 minus 5x by 2 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 0 upon 2, that will be 0. Now this 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. So the equation is now x square minus 5 by 2x plus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so we have done the first step. We have divided whole of the equation by coefficient of x square, that is 2. So we have divided whole of the equation by 2. We get this equation. Okay, now the second step is we have to take the constant term to the right hand side. This is our second step. So let us take this constant term to the right hand side. We will get x square minus 5 by 2x is equal to minus 3 by 2. Okay, so this is our second step. We have taken the constant term to the right hand side. Now what is the third step? We have to take half of the coefficient of x. So here the coefficient of x is 5 by 2 and we have to take half of the coefficient of x and square of that term, and we have to add on both the side. So I am writing it here. What is coefficient of x? It is 5 by 2. What will be its half? Its half will be 1 by 2 into 5 by 2, that will be 5 by 4. So the coefficient, half of the coefficient of x is 5 by 4. And what we have to do in the third step? We have to add the square of this term. Square of half of coefficient of x. So first we have done the half of coefficient of x. Then we will make its square. It will be 5 by 4 whole square. So we will add 5 by 4 whole square on both sides. Or you can write it here also. Add half of coefficient of x. Add square of half of coefficient of x on both sides. Okay, so we have to add this term. So add it, we will get x square minus 5 by 2x, and this is 5 by 4 whole square. So we will add here 5 by 4 whole square is equal to minus 3 by 2 plus 5 by 4 whole square. So adding half of the coefficient of x square on both the side, we are getting this particular equation now. Okay, now we can consider it a and this term as b. So it is written a square plus b square and there is minus sign. It means it will form an identity of a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, so first convert it in terms of 2ab. So how can you convert it? We should multiply it by 2 and divide it by 2. So we will get x square minus 2 into 5 by 4 into x plus 5 by 4 whole square is equal to minus 3 by 2 plus 25 by 16. Making it square, we are getting minus 3 by 2 plus 25 by 16. Okay, now this is a square plus b square minus 2ab. It means it will form the identity of a minus b whole square. So what is a? Here a is x. And what is b? It is 5 by 4. So it will form the identity of x minus 5 by 4 whole square. If you open this term, you will get the same term. X square plus 5 by 4 whole square minus 2 into x into 5 by 4. So we have formed the identity x minus 5 by 4 whole square. That means we have made a complete square, or we have made the perfect square. It is equal to, what will be on right hand side? If we take LCM, so we will get 16 as LCM here. So it will be 2 8s are 16, 8 3s are 24, minus 24 it will be there. And plus 25, which will be equal to 1 by 16. Okay. Now solve it further. So we got the equation. We have make it perfect square. It is x minus 5 by 4 whole square. It is equal to 1 upon 16. Now taking square root on both the side, if we will take the square root, we will get x minus 5 by 4. The square will be cancelled out and the square root of 1 by 16 will be 1 by 4. I am writing it directly. Or you can use the sign of square root, then you can find the square root. So it will be 1 by 4, but there will be plus minus sign. Okay, because whenever we have to take square root, we have to use plus minus sign. So the square root of 1 by 16 will be 1 by 4 and plus minus sign will be there. Now we can get the value of x. Taking this 5 by 4 to the right hand side, we will get x is equal to 5 by 4 plus minus 1 by 4. Okay, so there will be two answers. First one, taking positive sign. Taking positive sign. When we will take positive sign, then it will be equal, x will be equal to 5 by 4 plus 1 by 4, which will be equal to 6 by 4, which is equal to 3 by 2. Then second condition, taking negative sign. Taking negative sign, we will get x is equal to 5 by 4 minus 1 by 4, which will be equal to 4 by 4 equals to 1. So the second answer is x equal to 1 and the first answer is x is equal to 3 by 2. So we get both the answers 3 by 2 and 1. Okay, so in this way we can solve the question by making perfect square or completing the square method. Understood? Let us discuss it once again. The first step is we have to divide whole of the equation by coefficient of x square. So we have divided this whole equation by 2. We get this equation x square minus 5 by 2x plus 3 by 2. Then second step is we have to take constant term to the right hand side. So we will get this equation x square minus 5 by 2x equals to minus 3 by 2. Okay. Then we have to add square of half of the coefficient of x. So coefficient of x is 5 by 2. So its half will be 5 by 4. So we have to add 5 by 4 whole square on both the side. Okay. That step I have done earlier. So I have added 5 by 4 whole square on both the side. Here now we have to make this a perfect square. So if you are not able to do this particular step, you can write it directly also, because it will be a square, it will be b square, and in the middle it will automatically form 2ab. But you have to check the sign. If it is minus 2ab, then you can form x minus 5 by 4, means a minus b whole square. Or if there is plus sign, then you can directly write here a plus b whole square. Okay, this x square term will be a square, and the term which you have added on both the sides, that will be b square. So you can directly form the identity a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square by this sign also. If you are not doing this step, then it is well. You can directly write this step x minus 5 by 4 whole square. By seeing this sign, it will be a minus b whole square. But you have to solve right hand side. So I have solved the right hand side. We are getting 1 by 16. Now taking square root and taking 5 by 4 to the right hand side and solving it for positive sign and negative sign both. Once we will take positive sign, then we will take negative sign. We will get both the values of x. That are the solutions. Okay, so in this way you can solve the question by method of completing the square. So note it down. Now the next question is x square minus root 3 plus 1 in the bracket x plus root 3 equal to 0. We have to solve this equation again by method of completing the square. Okay, so let us start. Now I think you have remembered the step. You can solve it yourself. The first step is divide the whole equation by coefficient of x square. Now here the coefficient of x square is 1. It means if we divide the whole equation by 1, the equation will be same. It means we have not to do anything in the first step. It is already in the general form and the coefficient of x square is 1. So when we will divide this equation, the equation will remain same. So the first step, we will get the same equation minus root 3 plus 1 into x plus root 3 equals to 0. Okay. We have to take this whole term in the bracket because this whole term is the coefficient of x. It is b. So don't open the bracket. Use this bracket as it is. Now the second step is we have to take the constant term to the right hand side. So let us take the constant term to the right hand side. We will get x square minus root 3 plus 1 into x is equal to minus of root 3. This is our second step. Now what is the third step? We have to take the half of the coefficient of x and its square, and we have to add it on the both side. So by adding, what we will add? The term is root 3 plus 1. The coefficient of x is root 3 plus 1 and its half will be root 3 plus 1 by 2, and we have to add the whole square of this particular term. It means we have to add root 3 plus 1 by 2 whole square on both the side. So by adding, we will get x square minus root 3 plus 1 into x plus root 3 plus 1 by 2 whole square on left hand side as well as on right hand side. So it will be root 3 minus plus root 3 plus 1 by 2 whole square. Okay, so we have done our second step. We have added half the coefficient of x and its square on the both side. Now this will form the identity. I have told you in the previous question also, you can write the identity directly. This is a square, this is b square. Now this middle term will automatically form 2ab. If you are able to form, then it is better. If you are not able to form, you can write the identity directly. Or I will say that you write the identity directly, you will get full marks. Okay, no marks will be deducted in this step. So you can write the identity directly. It is a square plus b square, and in the middle it is written minus 2ab. Because it is minus sign, so what will be the identity? Identity will be x minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 whole square, root 3 plus 1 by 2 and the whole square of this term. It is a square, it is b square, it is 2ab, so it will be a minus b whole square. So I have written here a minus b whole square. Now it is formed the complete square or the perfect square, but we have to solve the right hand side. So what we will get in the right hand side? It is minus root 3 plus. Now how can you solve this term? Solve this term. So solve this term, we will get, it will be root 3 plus 1 whole square whole upon 4. Okay. Now if we take LCM, 4 is LCM, we will get minus 4 root 3 plus, opening this term also, it will remain same, root 3 plus 1 whole square. So we will get minus 4 root 3 plus, opening this term, root 3 plus 1 whole square, it is a plus b whole square, which will be equal to a square, that is 3 plus b square, it is 1 plus 2ab, that will be 2 root 3, and whole upon it is 4. So we can write in the right hand side, it is 3 plus 1 is 4, and this is minus 4 root 3 plus 2 root 3, so it will be minus 2 root 3. Okay, this is 4 minus 2 root 3 whole upon 4. Clear? And in the left hand side it is x minus root 3 plus 1 upon 2, root 3 minus root 3 plus 1 by 2, and this is whole square. Okay. Now we can take common. We can take 2 as common. Now there is a logic in this particular question. This step, which I have written 4 minus 2 root 3 upon 4. If I am not writing it as 4 minus 2 root 3 upon 4, if you write it as 3 plus 1 minus 2 root 3 upon 4 as it is. 3 plus 1 and minus 4 root 3 plus 2 root 3, it will be minus 2 root 3 upon 4. Now we can convert it as root 3 whole square plus 1 square minus 2 root 3 whole upon 4. Because it was root 3 plus 1 whole square, now it will form an identity of root 3 minus 1 whole square, because it is written a square plus b square minus 2ab. So we can write it as x minus root 3 plus 1 whole upon 2, its whole square is equal to, this term can be written as root 3 minus 1 whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab, so it is a minus b whole square upon, this is 4, so we can write it here, whole bracket also, root 3 minus 1 upon 2 whole square, because 2 square is 4, so I have converted this right hand side in terms of whole square. Okay, why I have done this thing? Because there is also a square, so if you will take the square root, then it can be solved very easily. You can solve it by without taking a square also, but that will be more complicated. Now this is simple, because when we will take the square root on both the side, then it will be very easy to solve it. So we get this equation, x minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 whole square is equal to root 3 minus 1 upon 2 whole square. Now taking square root on both the side, and we will get our answer. So we have got the perfect square with x. We have to make this term perfect square. This is our perfect square. Now taking square root, so we will get x minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 is equal to, when we will take the square root, so there it will be plus minus both sign. It will be plus minus root 3 minus 1 and whole upon 2. Okay, so what will be the value of x? X will be equal to, taking this term to the right hand side, so it will be root 3 plus 1 upon 2 plus minus root 3 minus 1 whole upon 2. Okay, so this is the answer. We have got the value of x, root 3 plus 1 by 2 plus minus root 3 minus 1 by 2. Now we will take first positive sign, then negative sign. So the first is taking positive sign. Taking positive sign, what we will get? X will be equal to root 3 plus 1 upon 2 plus root 3 minus 1 upon 2. So 2 is common, LCM. We will get root 3 plus 1 plus root 3 minus 1 whole upon 2. This minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled out. We will get the value of x is equal to 2 root 3 upon 2. This 2 will be cancelled out. So x will be equal to 3. It is our first answer. By taking positive sign, we are getting the value of x is equal to 3. Sorry, root 3. X is equal to root 3. Now again taking negative sign, we will get the second answer. So by taking negative sign, solve it again. Second, taking negative sign. Taking negative sign, what will be the value? It will be x is equal to root 3 plus 1 whole upon 2 minus, when you will take minus, then it will be minus root 3 and it will be plus 1 upon 2. Okay, opening the bracket, it will be minus root 3 plus 1 upon 2, or if you take LCM as 2, so it will be this term, root 3 plus 1 minus root 3 plus 1 whole upon 2. Now this root 3 and root 3 will be cancelled out, so it will be 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. So the second answer is x is equal to 1. So we got both the answers, x equal to root 3 and x is equal to 1. Okay, so in this way you can solve the questions based on method of completing the square, and this method is very important. It is asked by name in your board examination. You will be given the question to solve this question by the method of completing the square. Then you have to follow this particular steps. Okay, otherwise if you solve this question by any other method, then your marks will be deducted. You will not get the marks, or you may get some of the marks but not the full marks. Okay, so you have to remember all the steps and practice this method very carefully so that you can secure good marks. Okay, now from the next video we will study about Sridhar formula. You have to solve the question based on these particular method today.